hop in my ride, come and kick it. Put her on to my vibe, she addicted. As I leave, you gon' tell me that you miss it. Get to that paper non-stop, it's how we live it. Baby, hop in my ride, come and kick it. Put her on to my vibe, she addicted. As I leave, you gon' tell me that you miss it. Get to that. YouTube. What's the word, man? It is your boy, Gummythedon, aka Gummy Soowavy, and I'm back with another lit video. My bad, y'all. These wings so damn fire, bro. Today we watching How One Girl Changed Solluminati Forever. I believe this video is referencing to Solluminati's ex, Ash. It's been a long time since he's dated that girl. I forgot all about her. But we reacted to a video that's referencing, I believe his ex. I'm not sure if it's talking about the girl he with now or his ex. Probably his ex. But we'll get into this video, see what it's talking about. I have no idea. But it's saying that this one girl changed Solluminati forever to who we know him as today. Let's hop into the video.
All the way up to
Why fuck these wings?
2020, one of the first names that probably comes to your
Hey, who remember these days, bro?
mind is Solluminati. And over the years, Solluminati managed to build a fan base of over 2 million people while also becoming one of the most influential black YouTubers in recent history. But some people may say that Solluminati's career was cut very short and he never...
Alright, I'm gonna let the video play after this. I just gotta go ahead and salute So and give flowers. I know you like, damn, nigga, it's early in the video. You giving flowers this fast, nigga? Yeah, man, I am. Shout out to Soto, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the pioneers for YouTube, black YouTube, 2K community, a lot of shit, bro. Like, he been around since 2016. I didn't know him and, you know, start watching him until about 2018, 2019. But yeah, shout out to Soul, man. He one of the pioneers, like one of the GOATs in my opinion. He definitely on Mount Rushmore.
Never got to reach his full potential as a
YouTuber
because in the midst of all of this popularity that he was receiving, Solluminati would start to become more and more inconsistent on his main YouTube channel, and this is because Solluminati started to become very spiritual, and this will lead to him slowly drifting away from the internet completely.
That's why
all of this will start with one specific person who we're going to be mentioning a lot in this video. So with that being said, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the Trap House with the biggest trapper, and while you're at it, don't forget to click that very first link down below in my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community. Now with all of that being said, let's get into how one person ruined Solluminati's career. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with who Solluminati is, he started his YouTube career about 9 years ago back in April of 2015, and he would start gaining a lot of popularity on YouTube by playing a game called NBA 2K. And he would play this game for years on his channel, becoming one of the biggest 2K YouTubers of all time. But if you've watched any of my videos before where I mentioned NBA 2K, more often than not, the creators who blow up from playing this game tend to quickly switch to a different form of content, because over the year, 2K has just become this dying game that no one really watches much anymore. So when people get a little bit of popularity from playing it, they instantly switch over to something else. And this is eventually what Solluminati would end up doing, because after about 2 to 3 years of playing 2K on his channel, he would officially switch over to doing more reaction style content, and this is where his career would begin to reach new heights. And he would react to a variety of content on YouTube, such as videos that were just going viral at the time, or even just regular basketball 1v1.
So this is when this story time is so fucking funny, bro. Oh my god. This is when I remember. So when he'll do reactions, when he was playing 2K, I didn't really hear about him. I think my big brother used to watch him, but I used to watch him whenever he did reaction videos as well as the story times. That's when I got hip to who he was, like probably like 2018. And then once he became spiritual and like came out with that type of knowledge, because I'm very heavy on that type of content, I would like semen retention, spiritual videos. I started watching Spiritual Soul more than Solluminati, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is the Solluminati I remember personally.
videos that were just going viral at the time, or even just regular basketball 1v1s. And Solluminati was always one of those YouTubers who was known for keeping it real and never sugarcoating anything, and this would lead to him getting into a bunch of beefs on YouTube over the span of his career. He's beefed with a lot of popular black YouTubers over the years, such as Flight Reacts, who he's more so friends with now, to YouTubers like Cash Nasty, and his most infamous beef of all time, DDG. And his beef with DDG is going to become a little bit more important to note later on in the video. And during the time when So was doing these reactions and story times and beefing with all of these different creators, he was really in the prime of his career and became one of the most influential black YouTubers that there is, having multiple catchy phrases that people still use to this day.
Who would you say are the 3 most influential content creators?
I'll say in my lane, I'll say Solluminati. So.
And Solluminati, why him?
A lot of like his like terminology and lingo is still used to the day. Like that's tough.
That's
Absolutely.
so fun. Coolest plugin I ever used. Arcade. It's used by the top artists and producers in the game.
Damn.
You could chop in.
Everybody say that, but he was the one who like made it. Like I think like he just really slept on as far as like the internet being how it is and why it is today.
But everything would begin to change for Solluminati and his career in the year of 2018. On June 16, 2018, Solluminati would post a video titled Solluminati First Girl Collab, and this single video would end up changing his life forever. And in this video, he would actually be reacting to his very first ever girl collab that wasn't even posted on his channel. He would do a video with a girl named OMG Yo Ash, and the two would do a video titled Put Yourself in Any Dimension. Now, I can't find this original video anywhere on YouTube because it was on Ash's channel, and I think she deleted like her original channel, or the channel got deleted or something like that. But anyways, in this video, her and Solluminati would be talking about just a bunch of spiritual things, a world that was kind of unfamiliar with So. And while reacting to this video, So would express his interest for Ash because of how different she was than any other girl he met at the time.
When I first came across this girl, Tana, she was different than all of you, the rest of you bitches. She different than every last one of y'all. On top of that, she got her own swag. I love her ink. She got her own tattoos, her own ideas, her own bright mindset. Y'all know how like I got my own image. Like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
I like she got so much potential. Like I see the potential in her.
And after expressing how much he liked her and how different she was throughout this entire 19-minute video, the two would end up beginning to do a lot of content featuring each other. And after just a few weeks of talking and doing content together, Ash would admit that she began to really take a liking into Solluminati. And at first it was a little hard to get So to budge into liking her back, but eventually just a short time after, he began really
She want me. She want me. She want me.
liking her too, and the two would eventually start dating, and this would even lead to Ash getting Solluminati's name tattooed on her entire arm within the first month of even knowing him.
That bitch crazy.
Still. I know that's you just said. You swear to God. He said so good, yeah. See, you swear to God.
And this is really when So should have realized that she was going to ruin his life, because for one, they met, started talking, ended up dating, and then she got the tattoo of his name all within the first month of knowing him. And to top it all off, she didn't even get his real.
That's a red flag. That's a China red flag. Like a Chinese red. That's the biggest red flag I ever seen. That's a big ass red flag.
Real name, which is Devontae, tattooed on her arm. She ended up getting his online name or his alias tattooed, which was Solluminati. And mind you, this was all within the very first month that they met. The original video that they did together was uploaded back on like June 16, 2018. And she would end up getting this tattoo on July 9, 2018. So we're talking about like a 2 to 3 week time span here. And after the two would officially start dating, this would lead to them doing what any other couple did during this time on YouTube, which is posting a bunch of fake pranks and things like that onto the channel. And that was really a big content switch up for Solluminati, because he's never done anything like that beforehand, probably because he didn't have an actual girlfriend to do that type of content with. But when he finally started dating Ash, that's when he began spamming that form of content. And it ended up working out very well for his channel in the beginning because all of these videos and pranks that he was doing with Ash ended up going extremely viral. But in the end, Ash
I
would end
remember
up
this.
being the demise of his channel. After he did that first original video with Ash, which was putting yourself in any dimension, because of her, he began getting deeper and deeper into spirituality, and this will lead to him creating his own spiritual channel named Spiritual Soul. And this will mark the beginning of the end of Solluminati as we knew him.
He was the first content creator that I started watching when it comes to getting deep into spirituality, knowing oneself, semen retention, no fap, just everything that relates to that topic. I used to watch a couple more people that I can't remember off the top of my head, but he was the first one to introduce me to that because I knew who Solluminati was a little bit. He wasn't a big YouTuber that I watched, but I watched him a little. He was viral, funny as hell. But once he came with Spiritual Soul and created that second channel, he was the first one.
So as we mentioned earlier in the video, he will post his first video with Ash on June 16, 2018. And just a little bit over 2 months later, on August 28, 2018, he will post his very first video on his Spiritual Soul channel. And this was a simple video titled Quitting Weed Day 1 and Day 2. And So would leave a comment on this video stating that he felt like he was losing himself and he had no one else to vent to and he just wasn't the person that he wanted to be. And he wanted to start giving up all the bad habits he had in his life in order to become a better role model for the people that watched him, as well as motivating others to do the same. And after making this channel back in August of 2018, just a few months would pass before him and Ash broke up, and they did have a bad breakup. They each made videos talking very poorly about one another, and this even would lead to Ash linking up with DDG, a person who Solluminati has.
You dirty bitch. You dirty. My bad.
Had a very long beef history with. And DDG would even end up throwing a subliminal diss about Solluminati in one of his most popular songs, Moonwalking in Calabasas. And if you know Solluminati, you know he's going to respond to almost everything that involves him. He did end up responding to this whole Ash and DDG situation.
She said your dick it was so, and she had told me you broke, oh, that's tough.
Tell me why we fight.
Because our
Y'all
enemy still
please.
lives.
Y'all please sub to my channel so I get monetized and I can have money to pay for the ad for YouTube because I'm getting tired of these ads.
Man, come on. That's how you want. What? Oh, you swinging. I ain't throwing them. I've been going for a minute. Okay.
But even though he broke up with Ash during the early days of his spiritual journey, that would not slow him or this Spiritual Soul channel down at all. And like I said at first, this channel did originally just start off as a self-improvement channel, but it quickly became so much more than that because over time, Soul started posting videos getting deeper and deeper into spirituality. These videos range from things that was as simple as meditating to some of the craziest conspiracy theories you'll ever hear.
More than 1 million kids come up missing per year. What do y'all think happened to these kids? And every time people come up missing, the more and more people come up missing, the more they release more chicken sandwiches and shit. I'm noticing that.
And it became apparent that this channel was going down like a path of quote-unquote wokeness instead of staying true to what the channel was originally meant to be, which was self-improvement. But Soul did stay very consistent on this channel all the way up until like the pandemic had happened, simply because YouTube had this policy where they didn't really allow people to talk about the pandemic. But Soul was posting a lot of videos during this time talking about everything that YouTube didn't allow him to talk about.
The coronavirus ain't going nowhere. It's here. The mask permanent. It's not going nowhere. I hope y'all ready for these mandatory testing. It's going to be mandatory for you to get tested or you're not.
That was a crazy ass time, bro, for real.
Working. You're not catching no flights. You're not doing anything that you've been doing while Trump been in office.
Which led to him getting striked a lot and not being able to post for a set amount of time. And this is when he really began slowing down on YouTube altogether, because he didn't post on his main channel much at all anymore, and he wasn't able to post on his spiritual channel much, so it got to a point where fans would rarely begin to see Solluminati. And since the year 2022, Solluminati hasn't really been consistent on either one of his YouTube channels, but there are some variables to this that I'm sure we all can understand, because in the midst of all of this, about 2 years ago, ago, Solluminati did end up losing his brother, rest in peace God Triller. His brother was also a very popular YouTuber within the 2K community as well. He passed away back in September of 2022, and this was around the time that Solluminati really began becoming inconsistent on YouTube, but I'm sure we can all understand why, because he stated multiple times that he was definitely like going through a lot in his personal life, but he has returned to YouTube a few times since this whole tragedy happened. So over the years, if you've been a longtime fan of Solluminati, you've got to see all.
Hey, he torched this nigga in a recent video I uploaded. I said Flight should never pick up a basketball ever in his life. Like, nigga, you should go play hockey, fucking polo, tennis, something. Don't pick up nothing that deal with athleticism, coordinate. Well, I can't say that about other sports. But basketball, don't pick up another basketball, bro. This nigga got beat by Cash Nasty with one arm tied behind his back. Cash Nasty beat him with one arm, literally. I'm just not realizing this. Well, I realize it, but just looking back at this clip, this nigga beat this nigga Flight in a hoodie, jeans, designer, everyday fit. This nigga look like he finna go to the store, go to the movies, somewhere he don't look like he finna go hoop. This nigga got 11 zip by a nigga fully dressed, bro. That nigga Flight should never pick up a basketball ever in his life.
All the ups and downs of his career, but I think that we all could agree that after meeting Ash back in 2018, Solluminati's content and career would never be the same. But at the end of the day, it does seem like Solluminati managed to become a better person from all of this. So in the end, I guess that's all that really matters, but that's just my personal opinion. You guys know that the only opinion that I care about is y'all's opinion. So let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about this whole situation? Do you think that Ash ruined Solluminati's career, or do you think this was all bound to happen anyway? Comment down below to let me know what you think about all of this.
I think it definitely helped it. I want to get serious for a second. Going through that experience, which is a breakup, is tough. It's tougher to some people than others, but it's still tough. Regardless, as well as a girl doing the low down dirty thing that she did, you know, going in his opposition or enemy, frenemy, whatever you want to call it, DVG to Solluminati. But just dealing with all that, he still remained to come back on YouTube, continuously post on his Spiritual Soul channel, which he felt like that was his purpose, to change people's lives, wake people up, he posted self-improvement content, which I love that type. That's the type of content I post on my main channel. But yeah, man, like I think it really helped. In life, you have to go through trials and tribulations. You have to go through the rough, dark times and the valleys, in order to become a better person, the person that you need to be before, you know what I'm saying, you reach your goals or you reach this certain pinnacle or a certain position in your life. So I definitely think it helped him. I'm glad he ran into it, because without Ash, I'm gonna just be honest, like, we wouldn't have no Spiritual Soul. That was a very, very essential point in his life, me and that girl. It's fucked up what happened, how they broke up, and you know the shit that she did. But that's how some bitches. That's how some women move, bro. It is what it is. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think down below. If you're new, like, comment, subscribe. That's all you gotta do. It is your boy Gummythedon, aka Gummy Soowavy. I'll catch y'all in the next video. We go.
Broke my heart in high school, swear I needed that. Old girl tried to trap me with a baby, I swear I needed that. Made me focus on my paper, man, I swear I needed that. Trying to turn a stack of 20s in a stack of blue racks.